Good day. I do believe today is Wednesday, the 15th, and it would be day 37. I think on yesterday's post, which I'm gonna fix, I put day 35. Probably won't have until the weekend to really sort this stuff out. Things just are continually thrown at you in life, and you just have to kind of deal with it for the moment, until we figure this thing out. Yes, it gets a bit frustrating, and I voiced my frustration yesterday because another event came at the end of the day. I work 10 hours and it's not a high manual labor job, or a difficult labor job, I'll say, but nonetheless it requires a lot of thinking and troubleshooting and things like that. And so you use that mind energy, usually expended by the end of the day, plus dealing with people and your co-workers and certain issues and attitudes and personalities. So you're dealing with all those type of things in a 10-hour day. It's a long day. It is. It's a long day. Standing, all that kind of thing. And so, you get off of work, and my bedtime is usually around 7 or so p.m. And so, by the time I get home, get relaxed or whatever, it's probably 4 or 4:30. It's a little time with the children. Usually, by the time I do that and have dinner, it's time to go right back to bed. And so, there was an event yesterday, and I'm like, oh God, come on! I just got off of work, and during the weekday, I have very little time to myself, and so my point is that it becomes frustrating with all of the demands, and someone always has needs and wants you to do this, and there's always a demand somewhere. Is it okay to say no? This is again one of the things that I'm having to learn, the hard way. There has to be an aspect of selfishness most of the time in this life, because someone will always find a way to fill your time, and usually it'll be hard to get people to reciprocate. To be there for you, or to check on, to even call and check on you, see how you're doing. Everybody always has their hands out, but that's the human condition. It's what we do in those particular situations that makes all the difference, and so I have to learn to say no, stop being such a people pleaser, and in order to grow, in order to get the things that I need, or not need, but the things that I desire, want, manifested in my life, I have to stay focused. I have to stay centered. And, there's going to be a lot of people that, make up your universe, that are looking to draw. And if you keep accommodating that draw, especially if you don't have or are not surrounded by enough positivity, you'll find your batteries will become drained, and eventually the cells will die in that battery, and then you'll be no good for not only yourself, but anybody else as well. Yeah, it's a rough and delicate balance. And balance is certainly what we are looking for. Equilibrium is what we are looking for. And so I know yesterday I was voicing on this same route here to work, that there's a little bit of frustration, there's a little bit of uncertainty. I don't really want to use the term confusion, which means to fuse together with much heat, or fuse together, confused. It's like a short circuit in an electrical system. Intense heat that fuses two pieces of metal together. But this is what I'm realizing at the moment. There's a lot of things that I want to do and that I am doing and that I aspire to do. But we have to prioritize these things. So I started at work yesterday, in between testing time, to jot down priorities. I didn't get too far. I'm going to continue to work on that today. Prioritizing, the levels of importance for any given thing. I also started to jot down the necessities of each of the trifecta of the mind, body, and soul. What does each of these need? For instance, the body needs rest. The mind needs peace. It needs organization, which will translate to a type of peace when things are organized and not in chaos. And that was on the spirit. What does the spirit need? The spirit is the animator. The spirit is that which gives life to the body, animates it. So I was kind of stuck there throughout the day yesterday. So I'm going to continue to work on that. I guess the point is not to be afraid to do self-examinations along this journey. This at least appears to be a very selfish moment in time. So if you're a people pleaser, as I was, you're going to find this time, a little uncertain, a little bleak at times. Definitely respectfully lonely as you are going within. Remember, you're going within. And so, within is where nobody else really is. It's just you. The I, the great I am. That's you. The God internally. That's you. This is not a space where anybody else is at. So, just putting a few things on your mind there. Take them as you will. These considerations. But know thyself, come to learn of thyself, record yourself, write to yourself, journal your journey, all right? And at all costs, be honest. Be honest with yourself, all right? Get to know yourself. You'll listen to yourself if you give yourself an opportunity. All right, with that being said, hopefully this encourages and helps you in your way on this journey. And it's today's workout day. And keep on the progress, keep on the road. And it's going to get much greater later. We're going to sort through and get through this point of uncertainty, what to do next type of scenario. You know, you feel like you're out in the middle of the ocean in your little boat and you're uncertain as to what to do next. You don't see any land, as it were. Okay? But we must not forget the mission. Let's not forget why we are doing this. You know, I can see in movies like 300 and other movies of of soldiers or warriors or whatever being birthed or born. They often show that they need to go somewhere or to a different realm or a different experience. It's frightening. It's scary. In order for them to find themselves, they must face their, the demons or whatever, some kind of, analogy or storyline like that. And that's sort of what it feels like here. You wonder if you're doing the right thing. Maybe there becomes a need for a time such as this. We're at day 37. I hope I'm correct in that. I'll find out shortly. Maybe it's necessary that there become a time like this, where you went through, you suffered the loss of those things that you once did. You're changing something over, you're changing behaviors, you're changing your diet, you're changing, your extracurricular activities, recreational activities, and, you're living my life more intentionally. Maybe, after so many days of building new brain synapse and reconditioning yourself, maybe there comes a time where you're in like a lull. That's the best way I can explain it. Like you're in between worlds. Maybe that's the breaking point. Maybe that's the transitional point. It's make or break. It's, are you going to stick? Do you like this? Are you going to stay here? Or are you going to relent and go back? What do they call that point? The point of no return. Maybe that's where, this has to become, listen, this journey has to become truth eventually. It has to go from a theory, a hope, a wish, a prayer. It has to become part of the physical world, reality, transitioning. It goes from metaphysical to physical. So what is that line, that fine line between the metaphysical, the idea, and actual manifestation? Could that be what I'm experiencing now? In closing, and lastly, think of the yin and the yang symbol. If you're not familiar with it, look at it. Because what you tend to notice is the majority of the symbol, or the majority parts of the symbol, but what we often do not recognize is that from one color to the next, from one sphere, if you will, to the next, there is a line, a fine line in between. And perhaps that's where we find ourselves when we're making a transition from one sphere of influence to the other. There's an in-between state. And so that can be both sobering, fearful, and encouraging, because you're that much closer to your transition. All right, with that being said, hopefully, again, this helps you today. Something to consider. I always want to put something on your mind to help or to motivate you, to inspire you. That's the purpose of this platform. All right, thank you for checking in on this day's journey. Hopefully, I'll check back with you with further inspiration and motivational things to consider. Make it a great day. Happy Wednesday, or hump day as they call it. Peace.